Hey guys, I'm your host Olivia and you're listening to BCT, the Christian podcast that enables you to hear people from all different backgrounds talking about their real life stories of radical change. Follow and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. So today's fact is that I've actually been to Disneyland America twice. Today I am joined by Ben Howells, who is a member of the church band as well as being involved heavily in the youth work in church. Hi Ben.
Hi, Liv, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. It's a nice day.
Yeah, it's
Looking
a lovely
forward to
day.
this.
Yeah. So I'd love to know then more about yourself and what your life looks like on a daily basis.
Okay, so like you said, I'm Ben. I'm 28. I work within business management within the government. What do I like to do? I like to keep active, go to the gym. I like to go on walks. I like to try to climb mountains. Not very good at it. Get out of breath pretty quick. I like animals, technology, and I like playing the odd game as well. And of course, church is a big part of my life, so I enjoy everything I do in church really as well.
Amazing. So what about your childhood then? What did that look like? And how has your childhood affected you today?
I had a really good childhood. I got great family, parents, grandparents. I've been really blessed with such a good family. In terms of who's Christian, who's not, my mother became a Christian when I was younger, which I'll kind of touch upon a little bit more as we go through. Dad isn't a Christian yet. I like to think that he will be one day. I was pretty good in school. I'd done pretty well in school, was good, wasn't really naughty. Now and again I'd get sent out for talking too much. I do like to have a chin wag, but generally I was a pretty good kid. Nothing to really dispute about my childhood. I only have really good memories of it, so I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah, that's good. So I'd love to hear then when you accepted Jesus into your life.
So I can't really remember the exact point. I would say about 8 or 9. Not exactly sure when, but it was a time where, looking back, I'm able to know that because of I had full sort of admittance that I'm a sinful being. I knew that the only way I would get to heaven is through Jesus Christ. So yeah, it was at that time. Obviously, it was kind of I knew I was saved, but obviously life hadn't really hit me yet. I was still very young, but I do know that at that point, somewhere around that time, I had made that profession.
Yeah. So how has welcoming Jesus into your life changed everything?
So I would say, like as I just said about, because I was saved at a young age, it was quite difficult really to kind of notice that difference, to see what had happened. I made that profession, but there wasn't really as much of an effect from it. But as I started to get older, there was a time where I kind of faded away from church. At the time, there was a couple of my friends that we'd go to the youth, which is quite funny really, because I'm that other end now. Instead of being the recipient of the youth, I am the giver of whatever I can offer. But yeah, there was, at that point, it was kind of my friends were fading away from it, and I wanted to go and see what this was all about. My friends had started drinking, they'd started going out. Girls were very much a big thing on the scene, so I wanted to go and explore that. Now, during that time, God was always there. There were times where I would still say that I prayed a number of times a week. Well, maybe a number of times a month, but I was quite distant. Now, in a time of trouble when I was kind of doing some course that I was doing to become a teacher, I really hit a low point. And I just remember that there was this thing calling in the back of my mind that, no, there is a comforter somewhere. Where is it? And I was trying to find it in girls. I was trying to find it not to say I was a heavy drinker, but, I'd see if I could try and solve that on a Saturday night, with my friends. But it all came back to God. And I just remember that one evening where I'd really had enough. I was in a really bad place, and I just had this like urge to listen to The Stand, which is a great song. And anyone that hasn't heard it, I urge them to listen to it. It's a fantastic song. And I just remember hearing that song and just completely feeling convicted, just feeling, but at the same time, just this overwhelming love. And since that, I can kind of answer that question of what does it mean to have, what's it been like having Jesus in my life now again. And unlike that early age where I didn't really experience the struggles of life with having great parents, it kind of shielded me from that. And it's just been just out of this world, really, that whenever, at any point in time, I can always go to the cross and I can always rely on God to just really help me through these difficult times. And looking back now, just all these gifts that he's given me in my life. I'm getting married this year to an amazing Christian woman. And also looking at what he's given me, like, that brilliant childhood, and also just amazing Christians around me that can really spur me and, encourage me through life. And of course the cross, which is the ultimate gift, that I know where I'm going when I die.
Yeah. So if someone were to come up to you then and ask you what's the best part about going to church and what benefits they could get from coming to church, what would your response be?
I would say that first off, it's, if you really dive into it and you give it your all, it can become almost a second home. You create a family. And I think the one great thing is that this family isn't like what most families are like, where everybody's kind of, you tend to have common likes with your parents, brothers and sisters, you tend to have commonalities between them, cousins, I don't know, even aunties and uncles. But in the church, what you've got is just a completely diverse set of people that, believe it or not, do have that common sort of belief as well, but even though you've got all these differences, some like sports, some like games, some hate sports, some hate games, but everybody's there for Jesus. And I think that is amazing, that it's probably one of the only places you can go where you've got such diversity, but yet such like a tight lock in what the commonality is, and that is Jesus. It's a great place to develop people skills. I think it's definitely helped me a lot with confidence, talking to people and so on. But I think I just keep coming back to just that diverse people set. But then you are able to, if you've got nothing in common, you do have Jesus in common. So you can literally talk to anybody. And like I said, it's such a supportive network. I really rely on my brothers and sisters within the church multiple times.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? So is there anything you wish someone had said to you before you became a Christian that you want people to hear?
I think I would say that probably just be patient. And I think there's a lot of times where, when I was saying about when I was like 17, 18 and a lot of my friends left the youth, and I was kind of starting to go astray a little bit. But I think one thing, looking back now, is that I think I should have waited in some certain situations. However, I mean, at that stage, I wasn't to know. But I think if I could talk to an 18-year-old Ben now, it would definitely be patient and wait. And I think that goes for a lot of things. And, kind of taking my story about kind of going away, I think it's just so important that we're able to spread the good news of Jesus. And I think that, to a lot of people, I say this quite a few times, but just be patient and wait, because often in life, like I did, I tried to jump the queue. I put God in the back seat. In fact, he was in the boot at some times. And yeah, I think that I try to get satisfaction in girls, or try and get satisfaction in going out or whatever. But it always ended up in, I say tears, just unhappiness and just
Yeah.
not
Not satisfied.
not satisfied. So yeah, I think definitely going forward, there's many times in the Bible where people are waiting. I mean, you take how long the Israelites were walking through the desert waiting. And that's just one little section at the start of the Bible. There's just so many times where God has made people wait, and I think that it develops so much in people. So yeah, I think my biggest point to anybody really is, obviously the number one priority is you tell them about the good news, but then just sit back and wait.
Yeah.
If that seed is there,
Yeah.
pray for that to keep growing, and just wait, just like everyone else does.
Sit back and watch.
Yeah.
God has a plan for everyone, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah, that's really encouraging. Thanks so much, Ben. That was really great. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you.
You've been a fantastic guest.
Thank you very much.
So guys, thank you so much for listening to another episode of BCT. I hope you're really enjoying them so far. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and follow us on all our socials. Bye for now.
Bye.